Hello, good evening, and welcome on tonight's webcast, tonight's presentation. 1 second here, I'm gonna get an echo. Okay, all right, so ready. Well, welcome again on today's presentation of Utopian Global. My name is Claudia Eifert, and I am here in Kenya, wonderful Kenya. We have been presenting all day long since this morning. So I apologize if we're a little bit tired, but actually we are not. We're excited because it's just amazing what is happening here. So we had lots of presentation, as I said, met lots of people today. This is the start of our African tour. We just arrived here yesterday. So it's really, really great to see so many people and business partners of Utopian Global. But let's get into the presentation. I know we have a lot of people from all around the world on tonight's call. We just had an amazing presentation in French hosted by Nicolas Lennon. If you have French-speaking people, I would recommend you to send them to the presentation. Nicola just finished really, really great information she actually shared there with us. Not that I speak French, but I do understand a lot, so I know it was amazing. Anyhow, let's get into the presentation here today. I have with me joining our founder and CEO of Utopian Global in a second here as well from Kenya. Hi, Bill.
Glad it's great to be here. And welcome to everyone joining us in different parts of the world. I look very yellow on tonight's call.
That's fine. We can see you, and we appreciate that you actually are here. And I know you have been also non-stop presenting. We have, because we have an office here in Kenya, the people are bringing actually people basically all the time as new people coming in, and which is fantastic. So, but let's get started with Utopian Global. As you see, the power of investment in a better future, and that's what we always talk about. Everybody is looking for a better future. Everybody is looking for a better lifestyle. Everybody wants to make more money. Why? Well, because money obviously buys us the things we want or we need. What reality is, and which everybody would agree on, is we are living in a very imbalanced global financial system. So it doesn't matter here in Kenya, or I'm originally from Germany, Bill is from Australia. We have people from the UK on the call. We have people from Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, many parts of the world. And we see a crippling wealth concentration, meaning the rich are getting rich, the poor are getting poor, the middle class is sort of going away. And we do have a declining global currency purchasing power. I always ask people, well, for example, now here in Kenya, they have shilling. Is your shilling buying you less each year, or is your shilling buying you more each year? And they always say, well, it's buying me less. Well, the same is to the British pound, to the euro, or any other currency, or your US dollar. So all paper currencies are declining over time. And we do have rising government debt. Here in Kenya, the government very much in debt. We know, of course, United States very much in debt. Australia, not much different of a situation. And we also have a huge plastic crisis. We have a huge environmental crisis, in fact. Why? Well, because we consume more and more plastic, because we are more and more people living on planet Earth. Therefore, we also have a high global resource consumption, meaning we need more resources in order to basically, power our homes, to build bigger streets, to build more housing. So this is the stark financial and environment reality which we are living. Doesn't matter where you're from. So what can we do with that? Well, what we do here with Utopian Global through STORH is, imagine you could actually countercrim these financial realities and actually address the environmental damage and the energy crisis, while also boosting your income. Meaning, what if you could do good for the environment, yet also doing good doing good for the environment, but also doing good, obviously, for your pocket. And I apologize if my slides are gonna change a little bit slow tonight, but that is the unfortunately broadband connection. So the Utopian Global ecosystem means real assets, giving you ownership in real assets, real income, and therefore having a better lifestyle, a real lifestyle. So it's a better way to counter today's financial pressures and environmental crisis, grow your income, secure your assets, and actually face your future with confidence. A unique system really to earn through investment in income producing energy assets via STORH. STORH stands for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holdings. We're going to touch more on that. It's an asset-backed token. Safeguard your wealth by saving in precious metals. We're going to talk about that. And market our products and boost your income, meaning using referral marketing in order to get cash flow, in order that you can then reinvest it into more assets, or safeguarding your wealth through precious metals, or just enjoying a better lifestyle, and benefit from proven wealth strategies and business ownership with legal tax benefits. So STORH, what is STORH? Well, STORH is building value while doing good. It addresses this in energy consumption realities, because the reality which is there is that we are still very much dependent on oil and gas. That's a reality. We know that our population is growing. We need more energy. That is also a reality. And we know, therefore, we need more and more energy assets. We need also, of course, renewable energy, etc., very much. So we need that. Why? Because again, the population is growing. Then reimagine ownership and stewardship of global energy and mineral assets. So obviously, we all know that normally those energy assets, if you have ownership in oil and gas, or gold or silver, or a gold mine whatsoever, well, usually who owns that? The richest of the population, isn't it? Normally the average person, the average Joe, basically is not having access to that. Well, we, through using the model of blockchain technology, we actually using that model that to tokenize assets and actually being able to distribute it to basically anybody and everybody, which is really, really a great idea, and therefore helping you and me and all of us to get hold of assets we normally could never get hold of. And we also want to, of course, and STORH also does remediate environmental damage. What do we mean by that? Well, we all know somehow, or we have heard, or we have seen, or we know that when you mine minerals, there's a lot of damage to environment be done. And therefore, when we do damage to environment, well, eventually it's going to damage our health as well. And there's new technologies out now there that can actually clean up those damages and still extract minerals, which of course we still need. I mean, I'm on here on this computer with you guys, and there is several minerals used in order just to be here with me, with you guys, speaking through that computer. So we're gonna need more and more minerals all the time. And at the same time, we must find and we must build bridges to a more sustainable future. We must, because we know eventually there's no more oil. We know that. So we must do that. And obviously, you know, people are only gonna put money into something if it's gonna make them money. So generate returns and drive growth for investors. You here, you're listening here on a Saturday, you could do other things, I could do other things, but you're listening because you're looking for more money, obviously, to make, correct? And certainly that is what we're gonna do. So the STORH approach and the projects is in different stages. And STORH has only been launched really in late December, early January, only the white paper came out. So Utopianglobal, while the company is already almost going to the 12th year, so providing precious metals to people, well, STORH, that product is only a very young product. And it's only started really late December and early January when the white paper came out. And it's going in stages. So the foundational stage, the core, and the high growth. Foundation means low risk assets, the purchase of low-risk assets in the energy resource projects. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. We already have now, or we are basically in that foundational phase still, but we are going now into the core phase, infrastructure and service-based project. Why? Well, because in this 9 months, we have been able to achieve the goal we wanted to achieve, and that is actually purchasing very low risk, very low long-term assets. And core is infrastructure and service-based projects, as I said, and then the high growth projects for STORH, and it's going to be gradually, it's going to take years, obviously, is mineral development and technology projects. So what we have been doing now is we have been able to buy 12% of the Texas oil producing field. So the Texas oil producing field is a 5,600 acre field. It's huge, has 90 active wells and produces around 800 barrels of oil a day. And what we are doing currently is actually from the proceeds and from the earning, which we are having already since 1st of August, we are reinvesting it in order to actually make more money, meaning drilling more wells. So 90 active wells we are drilling. We have just already completed a drill of wells here, and you see actually in this next picture, that is just a picture which we have been taking on our last trip to Texas. This is an oil field which actually exists since the 1930s. In fact, behind that, that's the reason we show you that, is actually the oldest well which is still producing. So, and this is going to produce another 25 years plus. And this is just one of the 90 wells, obviously, and we're going to drill more wells as we speak. And you see, right now, this is what's happening there. So since the 1st of August, we're actually making returns on that asset. And on the 9th of August, already the first well was being drilled, the new well with the remains from, of course, the proceeds from the money we did earn. We actually did already be able to drill more wells. Why? Because we want to grow the production of the barrels of oil from 800 to 1,000 from that field. That means, of course, more money making for its token holders. You also, since last week, getting your own certificate that you actually own it, that you own actually a real asset in the company Source Rock Energy Partners. That is the company of STORH. So the company of Ryan Messer. Bill's gonna touch a little bit later on that, but that's what we have since actually last week. But now, of course, the second project is the polystream plastic to fuel processing. What do we mean by that? Well, we all know plastics, the plastic crisis, and this is only going to grow. Why? Well, because the population is going to grow. We consume more plastic. And plastic, well, what is plastic derived from? Plastic is derived from petroleum. Well, the plastic to fuel processing is meaning one end putting plastic in, on the other side actually having petroleum out. So it's a complicated, while it is a complicated process, we don't need to understand, but this is what it means in simple terms. So we aim to actually work on getting that first US facility. That doesn't mean it's in already producing, meaning acquiring the first US facility. Then it needs to be built and it's time which is going to take. But we hopefully can do that and start with that in 2019 still. And eventually, once we have that plant in go and growing and working and making money, we want to expand it to another 100 sites worldwide, obviously expanding to in the US, to Central South America, maybe even here in Kenya and in parts of Africa. So currently those polystream plastic to fuel processing plants, they currently recycle 18 to 45 kilo per day, and of course putting it into petroleum, and from the petroleum there's 6,000 products which can be created. There's an amazing upside to it. But the great thing is Ryan Messer, the owner of STORH and Randall Addington, they already have a midstream company, meaning where they blend the crude oil. They have already buyers, so they can blend it to the highest grading, so they can sell it for the best margin, the crude which they are producing from the plastic to fuel. So they don't need to outsource and go to third parties. It's basically all going to stay in-house, which is really great for that project. The mineral reclamation, that will be then the high growth project, which I talked about in the beginning, and remediation in Peru and Ecuador. What you see right now is actually Ecuador numbers. So it's going into old mines, gold mines, copper mines, whatever minerals they have in there, and reprocessing the tailings, and of course clean up the environment because of this new technology, support regional projects, but also taking from the tailings which they're going through, which back with the old technology they couldn't do, taking out those minerals they left in. And some, as we have learned through Philip Judge and Robin Anthony Slaughter, some of those sites have 50, 60 or even 70% of minerals still left in there, which they have never been able to take out because they didn't have that technology. So the Peru, whilst it is a larger, longer term project, for example, that has an estimated 7.4 million tons of copper in it, 1,133 kilograms of gold, and 39,000 kilograms of silver in there, which, if you would sell those minerals on the market, would be an upside to 2 billion for the company. Okay, this is that. The Ecuador project has 1 to 7 million ounces of gold. This will be the more near-term project because it is simply more easier to go into that site, and they're already working on that. So we are raising basically the funds in order to be able to execute on that project. But this is really where I want to now bring our founder and CEO on the call. He started the company. Based on precious metals, thinking outside the bank. So just bear with me a second while I get Bill on the call here, and because this is really the concept we have been teaching since so many years, while you have to have gold or silver, but also why you must own real assets. So Bill, welcome to the call.
On the call, Claudia. I hope everyone can hear me, because I know my connection at the hotel is not so good. Yes, this was first introduced to me, this concept, back in 2003. Now, many of you may have been familiar with this for a very long time, but I was not brought up understanding money or understanding building wealth or building wealth preservation. I've been in business since 1986 and in good cash flows, owning 4 hotels over 20 years. And after I sold my last hotel in 2003, I wanted to diversify those proceeds into some different assets. Part of that was going to a meeting in Switzerland, actually in Zurich, Switzerland, where I met Philip Judge, the bullion banker, and he introduced me to the world of gold. Now, gold was foreign to me, but he told me throughout history, rulers of empires, royalty, and the financial elite had always put part of their paper wealth into physical metals. And that there was a reason why they did it, because it's wealth preservation. It's a store of value, something I never understood. And you gave me the example here for 1 ounce of gold. In Roman times, to go back thousands of years, one ounce of gold would actually clothe the person. You'd buy a toga and a pair of leather sandals. 100 years ago, the same deal. 1 ounce of gold, you go to any department store, exchange it to any local currency. At that time, it was valued at $20.67 for 1 ounce of gold, and you could buy a 3-piece suit, shirt, and tie, and leather shoes. And of course, today the question is, what could $20.67 buy you today? Not much. And this was a simple example that changed my whole concept of, 1, generating wealth, 2, to be able to preserve that wealth long term. So I got involved with gold. It was really at the beginning of a very long bull market. Bull market started around 2001. I got engaged in this in 2003. But I was also introduced to the world of energy as well. In 2008, because of this, when I learned about precious metals, and the cycle and trend in the bull market for precious metals was still very strong then. In fact, gold ran up from about $265 an ounce up to about $1,900 an ounce, and silver from about $4 or $5 an ounce up to around about $49, $50 an ounce. So it was a strong cycle. So we developed a concept where we allowed people, this is back in 2008, allowed people from all countries, regardless of who you are, where you are, what financial standard you had, to be able to save part of your paper wealth into physical precious metals. And you can do that with Utopianglobal, still exists today, for as little as €25 per month. So less than $1 a day about $1.20 a day, you can actually save, convert your paper money into precious metals. And why do you want to do that? Because it's a store of value. It's wealth preservation. It's an insurance policy, something to hold for the long term. I'm very bullish on silver. Also gold, but I buy more silver than gold. The platform we have is very liquid. So if you're accumulating and holding your wealth in some of your paper wealth, in fact, Philip said to me back in 2003, it may only be as little as 5% of your paper holdings may be held in actually precious metals. Today, of course, many people are doing much more, 10% and plus, because of what's going on with the situation around the world, and plus, of course, the loss of purchasing power of paper currencies. So Utopian Global gives you the ability to be able to actually do that. And of course, the same meeting I had in Zurich was where I was introduced to Philip Judge regarding an energy fund, where I flew to America, where I met Ryan Messer back in 2004, where I eventually invested a large or significant amount with his team and the energy fund. And of course, today we still have those same relationships working for you at STORH in the US.
You, Bill. That was a great insight. I know your connection where you are is not so bad here, not so good in Kenya, so apologize for that. So I'm going to go ahead with the presentation here, just for the sake of having a good audio. So Bill Rowell, as you see here, and as you just talked about, he is a successful entrepreneur having 30 years of experience. He owned and founded actually 4 hotels, and he founded the company of the precious metals. And of course, 15 years ago, as he just said, he actually made his first investment with the person I'm gonna show you in the next slide, Ryan Messer, who is at the head of STORH so many years ago, as well as myself. I invested in it in 2006 in this energy fund. This is how we learned about energy assets. So Ryan Messer, Bill actually had the idea because of the experience, because of the trust and the relationship, and because of obviously he wanted to add another product to our great platform. He had the idea together with Ryan to actually build STORH. So it was actually Bill's idea, and Ryan, the man of the energy, of course, who has access to this expertise, the leadership, the knowledge, the different sites, the asset sites which you can purchase. Well, Ryan Messer, he's managing now STORH. He's the CEO of STORH. He has drilled over 200 wells himself, so he is a very much of a expert in oil and gas and also in other energy assets. And he, with his team of the STORH board, basically, which is varies from blockchain experts to mineral advisors to all kinds of people who are in the space of renewable energy, plastics recycling, who are in the space of course, mineral recovery, that new technology I spoke about. He partnered with those people together and of course launched STORH, and those people are the advisors. And so STORH, when we started out in December, January with the white paper, well, we had actually first of course was an exclusive private pre-sale, and then we started to raise funds for the company, obviously, in order to what? To buy more assets. What do those assets do? Well, they create more income, and of course, as more income can be produced, as more assets can be purchased, and that is going to do for the company that the company value, therefore the token value which you own once you join Utopian Global, is going to increase based on real assets. So at the moment, you see here the token price, that is our that's the money which actually goes into STORH. So we launched with a 10 euro cents token price, and then of course we increased it to 40 cents. We're going to increase it again to 48 cents. We're going to increase another 20%. That is the net asset value of STORH. Of course, we have a retail value, which obviously is then the double of that, but this is the game plan. The game plan for you, for us, for all of us who own STORH is that we launch at the initial target with 4 euro at the exchange. So if you got in, of course, early or if you're getting in now, the target is that we're going to launch at a €4 price. And as you see here, the STORH equity token wholesale price will increase on September 30th from the current 40 to 48 cents, a plus 20%. So you have a few more days still in order to get that preferred price. Now understand that the wholesale price means the Utopian Global affiliate commissions and bonuses for the people who are sharing this, who bringing people, is being deducted. So when you buy a STORH package of €99, 170, 390, 3,500 or whatever, there's of course a fee in there which are paid commissions from. So this is the net price here, which actually goes into STORH, which actually goes into the asset. So with that, I'm come to the second part of the presentation, that is helping you understand how you can make cash flow now, boost your income, build your future by becoming a Utopian Global affiliate. So as a Utopian Global affiliate, you get access to Swiss LBMA certified gold and silver wholesale prices. You get access to Swiss secure LBMA accredited precious metals vaulting, meaning the gold or silver is stored in Switzerland with Loomis. If you're a European, you probably know the Loomis trucks, those trucks which actually do transport the precious metals or money or basically jewelry items, whatever precious things, obviously. So Loomis is a very international company, and the storage facility is in Switzerland as well as in Dubai. So it's fully insured shipments to your door for the precious metals. And it's a very quick and easy liquidation with zero fees when you are an active affiliate, meaning if you have been saving into gold or silver, you have gold or silver basically with Utopian Global, but let's say, next week you need some money. You may, I don't know, have something coming up, you need some cash. You can just push a button, you sell it back, and then what Utopian Global does is when the next market opens, so for example, today is Saturday, obviously there's no London bullion market open, okay? That's not going to open tomorrow either because it's Sunday. It's going to open Monday, if Monday is not a holiday. So when it's opening on Monday, then and you put in, let's say, the order for sell back today, then on Monday they will sell back your gold or silver. You will then receive the Monday pricing, whatever the price is, and then of course you can withdraw the money to your bank account or withdraw the money through Bitcoin. So that's your choice, either through to your bank or through Bitcoin. We also have a premium wealth education where we tap really into the minds of some great leaders, some great thinkers, personal development, as also financial education, which we all do need. It's really amazing to see here in Kenya, they're just absorbing the information. They didn't know so many things and they're learning, and for them it's really great education they would never otherwise get. So we also have, once you become a affiliate member, you get access to webinars, marketing materials, videos, income system platform, your own online business platform, etc., etc. And of course, you have multiple ways to earn. So one, of course, is, or step one is invest in Utopian Global ecosystem and products and services. The second, for an affiliate, you commit to a 50 per month euro wealth accumulation plan. What does it mean? Well, in order to stay active as an affiliate member, you pay 50 euros monthly. What do you get for the 50 euro monthly? If you're in the United States, you get gold or silver. If you're in the rest of the world, you get more STORH token. STORH token, more STORH token represents more assets. More assets represent more income. Of course, that's why we call it a wealth accumulation plan. So in order to stay active as an affiliate, you have to be a 50 euro monthly wealth accumulation plan. You can stop anytime. We don't put you a pistol there and say, okay, you got it now. You can anytime, whatever you want. It's your business. You own the business. You're responsible for your own business. You want to work it. We help you. You don't, well, that's your choice too. And once you commit, of course, or once you own STORH, you earn on the capital growth of the STORH token. And eventually, once we list STORH on the exchange, you're going to earn quarterly rewards from the profits generated by the assets owned by STORH. So let me go next here to the next points we have. You can earn one-time cash bonuses on the sale of Utopianglobal membership packages, and you can earn one-time cash bonus on the sale of precious metals. So every time you sell precious metals, you can earn a cash bonus for that. You also can qualify for different incentives, including luxury travel. We also have that. And you can earn residual income, commissions, and bonuses through your customers. Really important. An affiliate team. You don't need to, people, we have a lot of customers who are actually since many years are with us. In fact, I just had a presentation before with some folks. They have been with us since 2010. They're in the US. So not sure if they're on the call right now, Donald and Cedric. So since 2010 or even 9, we met, and they have been buying gold and silver with us. Why? Well, because they're smart. They know that gold and silver is money. And certainly if they stick so long time, they made some great money on that. But they want more. They want to also make income, obviously, from sharing and doing the marketing. But as a customer, it's pretty simple. You can start from as little as 50 euro buying STORH. So you can actually buy STORH. You can buy gold or silver anytime. And whatever you want to put in, you can put in from a 50 euro to a million or more, whatever. It's just totally up to you. Once you start with us, you need to register. You get to complete your KYC, know your client, meaning upload your documents, your passport, your ID, and sign the PPM, the private placement memorandum, if you purchase STORH. Why? Because that gives you the legal ownership. That's why you get the certificate I showed you in the beginning. It gives you the legal ownership in Source Rock Energy Company, which is of course a company of STORH, owned by STORH. So so you can purchase from 50 euros or more. The affiliate member, as I said, has a 50 euro per month. Well, why? Well, again, in order to get all those benefits, you don't get as a customer. As a affiliate member, obviously, you get free storage. You don't have a sellback fee if you want to sell back your gold or silver. So you get wholesale prices there. And you get all the marketing tools. You get all the education tools, etc., etc. How do you can start it? Well, you can start it from as little as 99 euros as an affiliate member, then commit to a 50 euro plan. Now, to be honest, like let's say I'm talking to a citizen from the UK or Germany or Ireland or wherever you are, I would obviously start in a higher package. But we have countries, for example, such as Kenya, we are right now, if they start, and there's a lot of people starting with the 99 euro package, that's what they have. But what they have is they want to go out, they want to market the products and services and make a lot of money through that in order that they can invest and then buy more assets. So it doesn't really matter. That's why you can really build this business anywhere in the world. And the packages really start, as I said, from 99, 170, 390, 790, 1,500, 3,500. This is the marketing packages for the affiliates. Then we also have investors packages. So those packages, as you see here, also, of course, it shows the 50 euro monthly, and then it shows a number here. That number represents the actual tokens the people are getting right now. What do I mean by that? Well, if you right now come in with a 99 euro pack, you get actually 67.50 or 68 STORH tokens. This is going to change in less than 2 weeks. Why? Because the token is appreciating in value. Why? Well, because we have reinvested what we already making now since 1st of August. We have reinvested that, meaning that actually the token is increasing in value because we are drilling new wells and we already have been successful with those new wells, meaning we actually added more assets. So this is going to be increasing 20%, meaning this is not increasing the 99 or the 170 or 390, and so this stays all the same, but you will get less tokens. And this will just continue like that until we are at the 4 euro price range and we can actually launch on an exchange. And then, of course, it is supply and demand. And then we have, of course, the aim to actually put the token or to increase the token, the assets value, up to 10 euro. Once we launch an exchange 4 euro, we want to bring the price to 10 euros, obviously. What does it mean for you? Well, more money. And those are more the investors packages, the quantum packages, as you see, starting with 9K up to 1 million You can even get higher in. So just that you know, for example, we are meeting on Monday here in Kenya with the Minister of Blockchain. They have a Minister of Blockchain. Why? Because Kenya is very much empowering blockchain technology assets, and really great. So they are one of the countries probably here in the world and in Africa and in the world which are thriving in that industry. So yes, we're meeting. This is really amazing with the Minister of Blockchain. Why? Because he wants to learn more about how to bring STORH token to its people here in Kenya, which is really great. So those are the investors packages, and you see as higher the package you buy, as more STORH tokens you're gonna get. Okay, as more STORH tokens you're gonna get. Why? Because you're investing more. Now, every time if you become an affiliate, you recommend a package. Somebody buys a package which you recommend, you're gonna get what we call a fast start referral commissions. Yeah, and you're gonna get this instant in your back office. You see that in your virtual office instant, but you only can withdraw after 2 weeks because we have a 2 weeks refund period. And so with a 99 euro package, you're gonna get 37 euros straight away. 170, you get 68.88, and so on. You see what you're actually getting every time you recommend somebody and he gets in with this package. Yeah, so higher packages, as you see here, 9K up to 1 million. Well, 9K you're making 814, a million you're making 21,400 in commission, which is of course fair and not bad. It's really great. But you see, most of the money of the 1 million in the higher end packages actually is going to go towards STORH, meaning producing you more money. And then again, understand that at the moment the STORH token is not licensed for distribution in the United States. But with that said, we have just signed a deal with Dealbox. So for accredited investors, getting the Reg D compliance, that will be very soon available in the United States. So if you're ready to join, well, pretty simple, request the STORH white paper for more detail. Ask for more detail on the compensation plan, on the actual bonus plan if you're interested, and contact the person who invited you to this presentation. And if you have people in Africa right now, well, tomorrow we have more meetings here at the office in Kenya, because we have our Utopianglobal office in Kenya, Moi Avenue, at the Pioneer House, 5th floor. So tomorrow we have more meetings actually happening here in Kenya, so we invite you there. We are still here Monday all day long doing presentations, just in the afternoon going into the Ministry of Blockchain. And then on Tuesday we fly to Uganda. We're going to be in Uganda presenting the 18th and the 19th with Pastor Eddie. And on the 21st, we're going to be in Durban with our great leaders over there, which were doing an amazing job. And on the 24th, we are going to be with our great leaders in Johannesburg, South Africa, presenting there. And then we're going to go to Korea to attend the blockchain conference in Korea. So a lot of traveling to be done. But again, this is because obviously we want to spread the word. We want to get as many eyeballs looking at us, and which people are doing already and investing in STORH, so that you have a better outcome. Pretty simple. So this is what we have at Utopianglobal. I thank you so much for listening to the presentation. I hope the connection wasn't too bad with where Bill was currently, because he is actually in another presentation. So we are non-stop here, really are. And thank you so much. If there's any questions, I will look at them right now. Hi Cynthia, we're going to meet you as well in South Africa a few days until we're going to be there. Still excited like the first day? Well, I like that, Cynthia, and I know you already doubled or even tripled your money. I'm not sure if you came in before March or if you came in after March. Thank you so much. Looking forward as well to see you very soon and be able to see you for the first time in person, obviously. And again, thanks Nicola for the great presentation earlier, which we're going to upload now in French, so share it with your French people. Tomorrow we have in the evening, so after I come back to doing all our Kenyan presentations tomorrow evening. We're gonna have, it's like 10 o'clock here, 9 o'clock UK, 8 o'clock Germany. We're going to have a presentation in Spanish. So we're going to have Spanish because, yes, this is an international company, and all what you have to do is invite people to the presentations and build the business. So share it with people, get customers to obviously buy gold or silver. You know now why gold or silver. Get people to get STORH. Why? Well, because you own real asset, and share the message and get paid for sharing. So with that, thank you guys, and I see you next Tuesday, I believe, not sure from where, if already in Uganda or in Kenya, to our next live online presentation. And of course, all the people who are coming to Africa to visit us, well, looking forward to see you in some of the places we go. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.